Here's how American farmers harvest billions of cider apples. A glimpse into cider apple cultivation. Cider apples hold a distinct place in the world of fruits. Unlike their popular counterparts such as Fuji or Red Delicious, these apples possess a slightly bitter and dry taste. For many, they might be an acquired taste when consumed fresh, yet this very character makes them the prime choice for producing apple cider and apple cider vinegar. With their unique flavor profile, cider apples have carved a niche in the beverage industry, particularly in the United States. Today, we're diving deep into the world of cider apples. From their unique flavor profiles, the growth timeline, to the fascinating process of turning these apples into the cider products we love, we're covering it all, so stay tuned as we embark on this enlightening journey from the orchard to your glass. The planting of cider apples in the United States primarily begins in mid-February. Given the surging demand for cider and its byproducts, it's no surprise that the U.S. boasts over 900 cider factories. Most of these are strategically situated in California and New York, the epicenters of cider apple cultivation. Approximately 2 months post-planting, a critical phase begins: fertilization. Farmers painstakingly ensure that the entire orchard receives an even spread of fertilizers to boost the growth and health of the young trees. Depending on the specific apple variant, the journey from planting to harvesting spans between 3 to 5 years. In regions like New York, apple trees typically touch maturity and are ready for their inaugural harvest in about 4 years. The harvest: machines, speed, and precision. Post 3 months of pollination, the orchards take on a vibrant hue, indicating the cider apples are ripe for the harvest. The contrast between cider apple harvesting and that of premium apples is stark. In places like Washington, where premium apples are cultivated, the process is painstakingly slow. However, when it comes to cider apples, modern-day machinery ensures that the process is swift. Their ultimate destiny: to be crushed, eliminates the need for handling them with excessive care, quite unlike their premium counterparts. Inside the cider factory, transition from fruit to beverage. As the curtain falls on the harvesting season, a new chapter unfolds for the freshly picked apples. Their destination: the bustling cider factories, where the transformation from a humble fruit to a celebrated beverage begins. Upon their arrival, the apples face their first test, a meticulous cleaning process. Bathed and scrubbed, this step ensures only the pristine fruits progress further. Those that don't meet the mark are set aside, leaving behind a selection of the finest apples. These chosen fruits are then introduced to the pressing machines, squeezing out their rich amber nectar. This freshly extracted juice holds within it the essence of the orchard, waiting to be unleashed. As it undergoes the fermentation process, a metamorphosis occurs. Under the watchful eyes of cider makers and guided by secret recipes closely guarded by each factory, this juice evolves, layer by layer, note by note, into the refreshing cider that has captured the hearts of many. Unique flavor profile of cider apples. Unlike the popular apple varieties, such as the Fuji or Red Delicious, cider apples possess a distinctive, slightly bitter and dry taste. This particular flavor profile, while not always favored for direct consumption, is highly sought after for producing high-quality cider and apple cider vinegar. This unique taste ensures that the resulting cider is rich in flavor, capturing the authentic essence of the fruit. This intricate taste difference has cultivated a niche market for cider apples, segregating them from the usual fruit apples we consume. The bitterness and dryness of these apples contribute significantly to the fermentation process, yielding a cider that's full-bodied and flavorful. The production statistics: cider on the rise. The popularity of cider in the U.S. is evident in its impressive production figures. Data from 2020 showcases that the country produced an astonishing 176,000 tons of cider. Fast forward to 2022, and this figure saw a spike, touching approximately 190,000 tons. These numbers are a testament to the U.S. growing appetite for this tangy beverage. From the early days of a sapling to the bustling factories, the journey of cider apples is truly remarkable. The tale of cider apples is a captivating blend of nature's marvel and human innovation. Every glass of cider or spoonful of apple cider vinegar narrates a story that began in vast American orchards, nurtured by dedicated farmers. As one relishes the distinct taste of these products, it's essential to acknowledge the intricate journey that makes it possible. Here's to celebrating the legacy of cider apples, from the orchard to our tables. If you're enjoying the video, like and comment below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more great videos. Now let's continue. Growth timeline, from saplings to mature trees. Delving into the life cycle of cider apples provides valuable insights. In the United States, cider apple planting predominantly kicks off in mid-February. This phase is succeeded by fertilization, typically 2 months post-planting. The span from the initial planting to the actual harvesting of these apples ranges between 3 to 5 years, with variables such as the specific apple variety and environmental factors influencing this timeline. For instance, in New York, apple trees generally require about 4 years to mature to the point of their first harvest. This patience and time investment ensures that the apples harvested are of optimal quality, perfectly ripe, and ready for the subsequent stages of cider production. Springtime, blossoms and bees. The visual treat of cider apple orchards in bloom is complemented by the buzz of activity. Early spring is a pivotal period for these orchards, as the cider apple trees burst into full bloom. However, these blossoms aren't just for show, they play a vital role in the apple production process, setting the stage for the eventual harvest. During this period, millions of honeybees are introduced to the orchard. Their primary mission? Pollination. These bees transfer pollen from one flower to another, ensuring that the trees bear fruit. It takes approximately 3 months from the time of pollination for the cider apples to mature fully. The health and productivity of this phase directly impact the quality and quantity of the harvest. Modern harvesting techniques, speed and efficiency. Once the cider apples reach their prime, the harvest begins. Unlike other apple varieties, which might be harvested more delicately, cider apples are gathered with a focus on speed and efficiency. This efficiency is aided by contemporary machinery, ensuring that vast quantities of apples are harvested in a relatively short span. An intriguing facet of this process is that even if the cider apple gets crushed, it doesn't significantly deter the cider or apple cider vinegar production process. In 2020 alone, cider production in the US reportedly reached about 176,000 tons. This substantial production underscores the streamlined nature of modern harvesting methods. With the increasing demand for cider and apple cider vinegar, these efficient techniques play a crucial role in ensuring that supply meets demand. The factory process, transforming apples to cider. The journey of the cider apple doesn't end at the orchard. Post-harvest, these apples are transported to factories geared for cider production. Here, the apples undergo a series of stringent processes. They're first washed thoroughly, ensuring any impurities or debris are removed. Those apples deemed substandard are discarded, ensuring that only the best go into the cider-making process. Once cleaned, the apples are pressed, extracting their juice. This juice is then fermented, a crucial phase in cider production. Specific factories might even employ secret recipes during fermentation, adding a unique spin to their cider variant. That's the end of the video. Cultivating cider apples is not an easy job, as it takes years to grow. Every glass of cider or spoonful of apple cider vinegar narrates a story that began in vast American orchards, nurtured by dedicated farmers. It's a true wonder of nature, processed by humans to provide a sublime experience in every way usable.